Hello and welcome to the Memory Arcade. I just remembered, still on the PlayStation input and not on the Switch input. That looks good. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Blasphemous, which just came out. Looks super rad. And it also concerns itself with religion. Specifically, the religion that has probably shaped the culture that I originate from, which is central to Western European, quite a bit. I am myself not religious. I was baptized Protestant, but not really raised with much religion in mind. I attended Catholic Mass several times while living in predominantly Catholic areas. I found it a little creepy as a kid because I think the juxtaposition between the grandeur and the opulence of Catholic churches, combined with the, let's say, strong conviction and also just the general, for lack of better words, morbidity of some aspects of Christianity. You know, the focus on the blood and the bread, which is also the flesh, and the afterlife in general, and sin and hell. And I've kind of come, well, not full circle on this, but in a sense that through my teenage years and early 20-somethings, I was very much the vocal atheist and skeptic and whatnot who felt that he needed to be very in your face about these aspects. And I've since simmered down on that considerably because I've since come to realize, also in conjunction with my personal bouts with depression, that if a person gains comfort from whatever it is during hard and awful and trying times, then it's for them to decide whether or not they derive that from scripture or community in a church context, or whatever it is anyone does to deal, because life can be trying, and the idiom "there are no atheists in foxholes" didn't quite hold true for me, because I'm still not religious myself, but I get it. And okay, we got way real here, but I thought I would preface a game that deals heavily in religious iconography. And I'm not really sure where the game and its developers stand. I think they certainly have a certain disdain, personally, for the morbidity that is often, or that I would say used to be attached to mainstream Christianity or Catholicism in Europe, and probably have something to say about guilt, about redemption from that, and I'm not sure how straight the game plays its religious themes, or if there is a satirical element, how pervasive it is. But I thought I just would preface my playthrough of the game with telling you a little bit about where I stand on these things, as in, which really boils down to live and let live, and I'm not gonna yuck your religion unless you use it as a pretense to hurt people. And on that note, we're gonna hurt a lot of people in this game, because it's an action game, it's bloody as hell, probably kind of awesome in the way we have kind of, come to entertain ourselves in the medium of video games, or media in general. And yeah, so this was a bit dour and a bit serious, but I felt like talking about this, and I'm definitely not here to point fingers at believers and non-believers and tell them what to think or how to behave. Again, unless they're hurting anyone. Yeah, you know what? Let's dive into this game and see what it's all about. Also, this is on a Nintendo console, completely uncut. Can you believe that? I'm still struggling to believe it. Please accept my gamepad. There we go. Playing this on the 8BitDo SF30 Pro, which I've recently made a little modification to, but I'm gonna talk about this later on. Let's just get to it, huh? Oh wow, it's not the story mode or start, it's the pilgrimage. How to play? Yes please. Accessibility, HD rumble, screen shake. Gonna see about also a lot of nudity in this game, which from what I've seen is not used for titillation for once in a video game. It's not about Oh. It's not about unrealistic beauty standards or whatever. It's part of the art.
Because it is my guilt, I claim you, grievous miracle. Make my chest hurt with regret.
Oh.
Forge your punishment and nail it deep.
Oh dear.
Shape my guilt once again.
And thus, guilt, repentance, mourning, and every pain of the soul of all kind were visibly and tangibly manifested everywhere and in all of us. Sometime in the form of blessing and grace, sometime in the form of punishment and corruption. That divine will, equally pious and cruel, which we could not and will never be able to unravel, was called the miracle.
We need a miracle at all. Is their equivalent to Jesus? Did they just wrap the poor sword around a stick? Press L to consume one of your biliary flasks and recover vitality. These consecrated flasks are refilled by kneeling in a prayer idea. Find empty vessels to increase the amount you can carry. Okay. So apparently we're not the only one, which immediately reminds me of Hollow Knight. We can jump. We can run. We have a sword. We can vault. The old drop. The dodge is exactly where it should be. Press X to rest the video. I imagine this is French. Saving your game and refilling your health and flasks. Upon death you will respawn at the last visited video. Resting will cause enemies to respawn. So, bit of Souls-like there. Okay. Okay. Okay, the health loss in this fight is not as taxing as I don't have to be perfect about this. Also, wow, starting with boss fight right away. Requiem aeternam. Okay. What did that achieve? The game seems a little bit low on volume. I mean, it's mostly atmospheric, but I'll check during the fight. You need key to the chamber. You need key to the chamber of the eldest brother to open this door. Okay.
Regretful be the heart, penitent one. The anguish of the eldest brother has now come to an end.
Okay.
I am Deo Gracias, witness to and narrator of the acts of the grievous miracle. Such is my penance, as yours is silence.
Uh-huh.
The cradle of affliction is what you seek. This can be found in the mother of mothers of the churches. It is a remote place separated from the rest of these lands by a great sacred and forbidden door. Even a wise penitent like me knows nothing of what lies beyond those high walls. However, what I do know is that, according to the rule, one must carry out the 3 humiliations to gain access to what they guard. One of them must be performed in the high mountains, covered in thick blankets of snow and ice. Another in the depths of a dark, entombed church where the sleeper lies.
The sleeper must awaken.
And the last one at the end of the trail, carved by moans that claw their way out of an iron spiral, in the bowels of the spell named Hondo that grows into the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Take this thorn and place it on the handle of your sword. If, when the time comes, as you grip your weapon firmly, you notice that it wounds you and makes you bleed, having grown, with more thorns sprouting from it, writhing over the figure of the father carved into the knob, that will mean that you are at the mercy of the grievous miracle, whether for its punishment or its forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Even a wise penitent like me knows nothing of what lies beyond. However, what I do know is sorrowful be the heart, penitent one.
Small gift from Deogracius, nailed into the effigy of the twisted under the guard of your sword. The thorns are from the miracle feet on sin and guilt, growing with the burden that its bearer carries. Brother Abbot, you know that I have been a scribe in this abbey since I was but a wee child. I have written about our church, our saints, and our miracle of the greatest pain. I must inform you that I have made the decision to leave. Although I intend to continue writing in these walls, I cannot be a true witness to the works of the miracle. I need to appreciate with my own eyes your holy works. I will be a teller of the miracle wherever it takes me. Rain or shine, or scorching sand under my bare feet. Oh. Oh. Is that a knife? You're an enemy, aren't you? There's a really nice rhythm to this. Dance parry technique, counterattack, retribution. Press R to parry. This maneuver allows you to counter weak attacks and deflect heavy strikes. During a counter, press the Y button at the moment of impact to perform a retribution, increasing the force of the blow, stunning some enemies. Too late. Oh. Of course, this mudman. Iridalius of the Forsaken Hamlet. Song that filled the air during its festivities of a lost village. Its power finds its way through the floor, continues through the walls and ceilings, harming the enemies of the penitent one. The ringing of a laced shell horn used to precede this chant, but now only silence remains. Oh. Sweet. We get magic. Can I change the controls to Yeah, that's fine then. Okay. We freed little cherub, I think.
There is no answer to our plea. The miracle has forsaken us, and my ornate throne turns its back on those who await here.
Music is giving me some heavy metal vibes.
Sorrowful be the heart, penitent one. Welcome to Albero, sanctuary to this humble brotherhood of the kisses of wounds.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be saying that a lot.
Few remain here who can still employ it, but Tirso is my name. There are few of us who still care for the sick and ailing. With devout kisses, we bless the wounds of those who seek our protection. Thus both we and they remain at the mercy of the miracle.
I'll say.
Time outside these walls passes by strangely. In sundowns, we need not contemplate. But if your penance happens to carry you under said skies, be so kind as to bring us some ingredients for our ointments.
Sure.
The will in the miracle shall show you which ones they are.
Equip rosary beads in your rosary to improve the characteristics of the penitent one. Find additional knots to increase the number of beads you can equip. Skull of a bird drilled as a collet. Its apparently its apparent frailness slightly strengthens the penitent one's defenses. That morning, when the bonfires were lit and the convicts were raising their ghastly pleas to the indifferent inquisitors, a white dove came down from heaven and perched on the shoulder of a prisoner, where it stayed until it burned with him. Okay. Yeah. By the elders of the forsaken hamlet, whether in ruins, sun, or wind, may this land blessed be. Whether walking or in deep sleep, may this land blessed be. Whether by day or in obscurity, may this land blessed be. The art in this game is terrific.
Penitent one, you who carry the painful guilt in your cracked hands. Lend it to us and alleviate our burden. Lend it to us and wipe away our tears. Because it is an act of penitence.
Visit Mea Culpa shrines to increase the power of your sword. You can also spend Tears of Atonement to unlock combat techniques. Visit additional shrines and increase Mea Culpa's strength to access more powerful techniques. Yeah, so Mea Culpa is a sword. Last words. The Penitent One performs a fourth combo finish attack. Sinful Wrath concentrates the power of the Mea Culpa on the blade, allowing the Penitent One to release its full potential in a single but incredibly devastating attack. Oh, we have one tier. 2? Yeah. Wait a second, it takes advantage of the speed of a fall to perform a powerful plunge attack. I'm probably getting this. The Penitent One takes advantage of the dodge impulse to thrust Mea Culpa at the enemies furthest away. Yeah. It's a lot less light than the knight from Hollow Knight. The downward strike, I mean. It's not the little pogo waggle, but more of a, I would say, commitment to going way down.
Thou hast called upon the winch of the Order of the True Shrine. In this place, we gather the remains of those who were separated and forgotten, so we can grant them holy burial, as our charitable rule prescribeth. Help us these poor souls, O Penitent One in silence. The Order blesses you.
Phalanx of Brannon the Gravedigger. Collectibles. Brannon Joshua Mullins took the graves of hundreds throughout his life, whether friend, family, or foe. But when the chaos arose, there was no one left to return the favor. Damn. Welp. Oh, that's just a dodge, okay. So I can do this, but it doesn't really do anything for me in terms of stats or something. Okay. Apparently the system is that whenever we die, we leave a little bit of guilt behind. Get that back, and then our magic meter regenerates. Oh, I don't want to be in the middle of that. Is that a boss door? Doesn't glow blue. Ah, maybe it's just a feature of the environment. Is that a brute carrying a lady? Predictably, it's like a freight train. When a penitent one dies, erring in his penance, a guilt fragment is anchored in the world. The weight of guilt accumulates and reduces the gain of favor and tears of atonement, as well as the maximum fervor. Collect guilt fragments to recover, or find someone who can ease your burden. Ah, shit. Shouldn't forget about my magic. Let's get our guild back first. How about dealing with that brute? We have a nearby save point. Or more power. Sound good? Sound good. Right. Cabinet of Baroque. The Herald. Whether executions or lashing, Baroque was always there to proclaim them loudly, but his voice broke down gradually as day by day he had to announce the sentence of his entire family. Well, them's the breaks. Get it from that other platform. With patience, I would. Ominous. I hit his feet so hard, his head popped off. It was quite a sight. Oh dear. Guys, I need a save point. Where olive trees wither. Oh. Well, I got my wish. Now we can attempt that little challenge. Without feeling like an asshole. And I inevitably cock it up. Heart of the Virtuous Pain. Purpose sought hard in Mea Culpa to modify its properties. They gain powerful upgrade, but it always comes at a price. Heart of the Virtuous Pain. Sword Core, blessed with defensive prayers, can be inserted into Mea Culpa, boosts the blocking stand, increases its duration, but exposes the penitent one longer to enemy attacks. Oh. The Works and Graces of the Sorrowful Miracle, second verse. The wind blew strongly through the fractures of the cathedral that the great tree had originated, lifting the ash-creating dense grey clouds, hiding the whole mud church and drowning her in a deep darkness of lead. The ground began to tremble. Then a terrible cry was heard from the depths of the mountain of ash, and that cry was joined by more and more guttural screams, animal roars, monsters, and one which was heard above all, the scream of an old man, which resounded gravely, as out of the throat of a giant. Kneel on sacred ground or reforge me a copper's heart. Okay. Well, maybe I can do that at a save point? Or maybe only at the statues where I upgrade my sword. Not quite done down there, but let's see. Could I mention that they're cooler hearts? And I'm not sure I wanna get used to this more gracious time window. I always get confused in Switch games when it's the plus button, like the start button. Acquired radius of Helza the poet. The work of the poet John Clarke had... Is it Helza or Hetza? Had a sadly posthumous success, especially his poem To the Red Leaf. This poem was found next to his corpse, severed by a fallen tree. What? Yeah, let's explore the rest of this area. Interesting that there are clearly enemies where you're supposed to block and others where you're supposed to slide through them. It's very deliberate. Okay. Is that? And we can also go down here. I'm just messing around to get used to the controls. So anyway, I mentioned earlier that I modified my gamepad a little bit. I've been using the 8-bit Do, Super Nintendo, but with analog sticks, pad for... Okay! Pad for 2D-like games, because I'm especially a fan of the Super Nintendo D-pad, and this one actually turned out to be a wee bit problematic with this pad, like this reproduction, because turns out the contacts in this in the 8-bit Do version are a little bit too generous, and as such some straight inputs can sometimes be read as diagonals. Oh shit. I kick ass for the Lord. I think. I'm actually not sure who I'm serving. Yeah. And, yeah, I looked into that. Like, I didn't instinctually know that the contacts were too big. I looked up a few videos on the issue. And turns out you can use tape to whittle them down a little bit internally with the right screwdrivers and all that. And now it performs a little bit predictably. And yeah, I don't do a whole lot of hardware surgery.
Sister of mine, as I foretold to you, someone is heading towards the Forbidden Gate.
I don't even know what is forbidden in this world.
Someone who seeks the purge and excommunication of all that is sacred and rests there. No, do not place your doubts on me. I am ready.
Is he hearing voices? Acid Dreams, that sounds like a nice place. You're rid of guilt. Sweet. Hold up. Uh-huh. Maxilla of Tyrodus, the cleric. Not a relic. Dog? Oh wait. With his broad smile and good manners, Nicodemus Pterodax never denied anyone refuge in his church. The discovery of a pile of bones in the sacristy revealed his true intent. How? Nom 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 nom. Okay, they're easy enough to parry. Getting White Palace flashbacks. Flag like this. Oh. Is this gonna become a thing? One closed door, you loop, get a checkpoint this way. Oh. Could you? Maybe not. I'm sorry, but this holy water dispenser is clearly broken. Siguriga of the Eyes of the Stars, brief into the night skies, overwhelms the penitent one with the fury of the righteous, increasing the speed of his attacks for some time. Oh, that is useful. The airtime you get during combos is pretty sweet. Oh, hello. Okay. I wonder if 38 has any significance. Sigurd the Brewmaster. The cervical vertebrae. Sigurd the Brewmaster gave ignoble fame to his monastery by brewing the most famous beer in the kingdom. One night, the flames of a fire raised this legend to the heavens. Okay. Either I'm not always getting the biting irony of some of these accounts, or some of them just don't have them. Tiny pebble of melted wax of a muted crimson. Prayers muttered in its presence slightly strengthen the vitality of the wearer. Okay. The abbey ceased to be a quiet place, cries of pain coming from every cell piercing the walls. The old friar knew he would be next, so he got up from his cot, where he had been huddled, and glanced at the few items that lay on his table, most of them mementos of his life before joining the order. He wanted to be kissed by the miracle while immersed in those gentle thoughts. Triggering most memories were some small bowls of wax, now covered in dust, that he used to enlarge by picking up wax from the candles during processions. I need to hold it. Yeah.
Let us be captives of the miracle, penitent one. Do not be surprised to find this merchant here. This ancient occupation requires me to be wherever I can obtain rewarding benefits. Call me Candelaria, for what I sell would make your eyes light up like the high bonfires.
The ones we burn sinners on. Isn't it festive?
I will not ask you for any money whatsoever. Those forbidden tears you shed would be more than enough for me. Go ahead, cast your darkened eyes over these valuable treasures.
Got a collection of good things for sale, stranger.
What I am offering you here is as lustrous as the first star of the night. And may my eyes be blinded if I'm lying.
Moss preserved in glass, minute jar filled with moss. The tiny white flowers that shimmer inside can grant some protection against toxins. Okay.
What I am offering you here, and may my...
Hollow pearl, empty, tarnished sphere. There's no trace of nacre left, but it retains just a hint of blue sheen. It creates fervor when destroying surrounding objects.
Behold what I present to you. Though a small piece, its great power should not be underestimated, trust me, for I have the blood of kings on the palm of my hand.
Key to the chamber of the eldest brother. Forbidden key that was guarded by the eldest brother of the Brotherhood, but was eventually lost. Thus forever sealing the chamber it opened. I guess I'm gonna need that to begin with. Okay, this one creates fervor when I destroy stuff, so more magic energy for following my Castlevania instinct.
What I am off, and may my
1000. The other one helps me with toxins. They're both good.
what I am offering, and may my
Guess toxins could just severely fuck me over, so... Oh. Well, let's see once I look at the lore. The ashen grey air lashed us. We could hardly breathe and remained locked up in the parish, placing damp cloths on the door and windows. We were suffocating. Then one fateful night there was a knock on the door, and I could see a woman who, without a word, had placed on the floor cloth with patches of pearly moss on it. I stared at her in disbelief, as she appeared to have smeared the moss on her nostrils. Then, turning around, the woman left. Hopeful, I recounted what I had witnessed to the brothers, and we decided to spread the substance on our noses, as she had done. It wasn't long before we were able to breathe normally, and we waited without fear until the ashy leaden sky would regain its blue color. There was some sort of cataclysm. Also just grind out the 1,000. That should do it. Right into my trap. Kind of. Make more use of my magic. Shit. I even had a plan, but it wasn't fast enough. Suburbs? Okay. this one's exceedingly stupid. Also, I should remember that unlike the Hollow Knight, you can't perform a dash in midair. Too late. Didn't terribly mind a save point. Oh, hello.
From a place of blessings have I been entrusted with watching over you, penitent one. Thus it has been arranged.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that I have to advance the dialogue and then I reach for my soda and...
My name is Viridiana. I have been granted a gift with which I can assist you in carrying your burden if required. But only you can make that choice.
And summon Luigi to play the level for me?
Penitent one in silence. Will you require my assistance with your next task? Here I shall remain, lest you change your mind.
Okay, thank you. Ah. Okay, so from what little streaming that I've watched of this game, I sussed out that this is usually preceding a boss fight, which is cool, because the bosses in this game are spectacular. But let's do this little task here first. Also, whatever that is, relics, thorn, key, out of the witch's pain. Let's equip the lightning burst. Oh, this is bad. Get rid of these assholes. Grab our guild. And now... this good man is defenseless. empty bile vessel. Meaning, come the next checkpoint, we have one more healing. That would be sweet. Vessel made of crystal and gold capable of holding the hallowed bile that emanates from the morning fountains. Okay. Get up and tell us what you witnessed, said the scribe without averting his gaze from the paper. I received an order for the exhumation of a penitent who had been buried about a year ago, answered the gravedigger. He was well loved in Albero, and many parishioners approached his grave. But when I dug him up, we saw blood coming from the crack in his sarcophagus, blood red as wine. Those who were there rushed to open the lid of the coffin and carried him on their shoulders, watching as blood gushed out from its side. Others ran to their houses, searching for buckets and bottles to keep all that blood that wouldn't stop flowing out. Why? Dear Lord, why? Too greedy. Sure, let's do this. Damn. I did better here than I had any right to expect. But to make a little pun at the expense of the boss, nailed it. That's a very big cadaver. You know, we see a lot of nerd culture mashups these days, but the Great Wave of Okinawa should maybe not be composed of bodies.
In the name of the great ordeal and the sons of the miracle. When you humbled yourself
before my most holy body, you have been granted the presence of my golden visage, custodian of one of the three sorrows of the soul in penance. Our miracle has chosen me amongst all the peers, just as it chose you, to walk on this sacred sea. May the gold in my visage melt and erase the attrition of your soul. Heart of guilt, return now from the dream.
Mark left by the golden visage that reveals the cleanliness of attrition in the soul of the penitent one. Santo Credo was one. His holiness, because of his high penance, must endure suffering in his soul in 3 ways. Each of the ways is a motive, and each motive is a sore. Hence these 3 sores are the keys of his eternal pain, and must be guarded. Well, hello there.
You have carried out the first humiliation of penance. You have met the visage of attrition. You have yet to prostrate before 2 last holy visages.
I have a feeling the story is not done after this. Also, there was more on the other side. Also, the merchant has 1 more pearl for me, which I would like to purchase. That's practically next door. She's gone, okay. Fast travel? Fast travel. Bouquet of Rhyme. Wait, it was in the storage area the whole time? Bunch of aromatic herbs common in the past amidst the cliffs of the bronze borders. Today, however, their scarcity makes them increasingly valuable, especially for those who discern their healing abilities. It wasn't long before more and more people came to us, affected by the terrible and unknown suffering. Whole families, the old, the young, and even the newborn. We brothers of the congregation were unable to cope, and our care was not working, nor were our ointments nor our constant prayers. We are lost, submerged in the darkness of uncertainty. We can also treat our swords to some sweet new moves. Oh, it's time. Yeah.
Merciful be, penitent one. With your contribution, the work of this brotherhood carries on.
And then cloth. It's a trading game. At the end, you get the big Goron sword or something. A useless rag that seems to slightly vibrate at times, emitting an unintelligible buzz. The affliction sometimes leaves its mark on mundane-looking objects, unable to reveal the miracle under its mantle of corruption. Rebuilt as he was, he hardly noticed that someone had sat down next to him. A gentle hand patted a white cloth on his forehead. It was a fabric of the utmost softness, which allowed light through it as if it were a sheet of paper, and was soaking his feverish sweats and providing such relief that he could not help but fall asleep. When the cloth was soaked, the nun got up and handed it to the Mother Superior, adding, "With this we will be able to have his confession." Ominous. Okay, what can I afford? That's a charge attack. That's a dodge follow-up. And that's the number for combo, and I must admit, nay, confess that, oh? That I really, really want the combo extension. Because this seems like something that is universally useful. Had been either more stubborn or more diligent, I would have made it. To self, get better at parrying. The basic form of Hernandez the Explorer. Victor Hernandez was chosen to lead an expedition meant to civilize barbaric tribes. He was sentenced for heresy when he suggested that Custodio was the most uncivilized of all known places. Ah. Custodia is where this whole thing is set. GTFO, and I think that does it in terms of how much we can reveal. Oh. Yeah. Honestly, like I could grind out the remaining 300, but can also just move on, and since we don't lose anything when we die, I mean we lose a bit of our magic meter, but it's hardly as devastating as losing 2 grand that we've been saving up for a sword. Okay. Let me guess, they spawn infinitely here? No? Ah, poison. Music in this game is fantastic. Just as sinister and foreboding as it needs to be without being too depressing. Okay. Got a boomer here, huh? Dominos. Me chanting Dominos is actually an in-joke from our pen and paper RPG table, wherein anyone in D&D or Pathfinder would speak Celestial for whatever reason, usually to communicate with angels or read about godly deeds, and I don't trust that old hag with the bell at all. Yeah, someone at this, and there's always the question, now, what does Celestial actually sound like? And someone at the table would go, Dominos. There's no air dash in this game. Is there a secret? No? Oh. I'm awfully tempted.
What I am offering, and may my eyes.
Yeah. I know.
Let us be captives.
Wanted to save up for the other thing, but if we run into her like that, might as well. Well, like I mentioned, as a person who personally doesn't subscribe to any faith or the religious doctrine, the word desecrated doesn't have that much meaning to me. As in, it doesn't instill some primal terror in me, unless you put it in front of something like a cistern. Because religious or not, clean water is not really optional. Oh, that fog, that terrible fog down there. Yeah, no, that... was... Mountains of the Endless Dusk. That one is having a bad day. Let's help them out. Yeah. I want to see what the cistern holds for us. You know, besides the smell. Feared by his countrymen, Persian attacked roads without distinction between rich and poor. and always alone. The day he dragged himself to a barrow on the brink of death, no one took pity on him. Oh, this is where I collect my reliquaries, huh? Okay. Made it back to home and half. Let's see. Neat. Also, yeah, don't let your children play in this basement. It's full of poison. Hmm. Dark cloth that has kept its silky feel despite the passing of the years. One of the three remains of an unfinished ceremony. The wounds inflicted by a broken oath rarely ever find healing. Number 2. No one knows what they asked for in that prayer, nor why they didn't want to be wedded. The miracle, with its grievous plans, went to the aid of the sisters, if you can call that aid. Okay. Okay, this is kind of a dead end. I guess. I mean, there's more to explore on this in this area. Let's just diligently make our way back up. Maybe save somewhere. We are a long ways from any save, but that might not be such an issue. Provided this doesn't happen too often. Shit. Damn it. This entire area is not for me yet. Also, I really should remember that I have magic if I need it. Eh. Aha. Well, shit. Is it noted on the map in any way? Ah. Refill empty Balliary vessel in exchange for 500. Ah, okay. Restore health and bow vessels in exchange for 500. No, thank you. So I guess this is how we bring empty vials into play. A little cumbersome, but okay. And it's noted on the map. It's, yeah, I mean, there's more to explore, and there's a safe over here. Pretty confident we can make that. gonna be something to make us immune from poison. Did he just reform? Oh shit. Damn. Okay. I was right here, so not much of a loss. You okay?
Blessed are the eyes that with devotion see my tormented heart. Let the ones who are joyful in affliction and fasting come to me, for they are pleasant penance. 6 stinging pains lance my flowery breast. Take the first one and purge one of your 6 mortal stains of the soul.
What a thing to miss. Also, yeah, like I said, this game has a lot of nudity. And I'm not sure if what we just saw maybe a little bit up the alley of the usual male gazy kind of titillation. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of artistry and a lot of intent to show vulnerability and yeah, very physical, like the torment, this themes of torment expressed in this game in relation to the physical form, and we can't even go here. That's fine. Okay, aside from that place where we died, this place, this entire area should be mostly done with. And now we also know that the fries who explode also one-shot us, which, you know, good to know. This is me just getting careless. Oh, damn. Okay, got our guild back. And also, we also get our magic back. They don't even look that threatening. I mean, they're clearly afflicted with something that we definitely don't want to catch, but it's more like, hello! Yeah, whippersnapper. Anyway, And we got yet another empty bio vessel, so I guess we're headed back to the Blood Fountain. That's a thing in this game. Wrong button. So I may have erroneously referred to the shield and sword enemies as male earlier, and I think their physical appearance disagrees to some extent. Yeah, let's just head over there and then make our way to the new area. So this game has really gorgeous pixel art, but there's a specific style that I'm reminded of. I mean, the most obvious comparison is Symphony of the Night. But these guys and the way they are animated and proportioned, they remind me of Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Which, you know, is an association that I enjoy merely by virtue of Fate of Atlantis being a fantastic game. And I should probably play that at some point. It gets more expensive. Anyway, we can now heal 4 times. And I feel a lot more confident. Healing still takes a bunch of time, so it's not even that advisable during boss fights, I've come to learn. But it makes these death marches through dungeons a lot more tenable. Could honestly just go up and take a shortcut. Through the village. Okay, that I botched that. I'm still going to go up to the village and save there because I don't want to trek to these through this miserable place again. Yep. Just occurred to me, in Hollow Knight they did this really great thing that when you jump up through to another part of the map, the game would then give you a little sideways momentum. So you landed, like if you jumped up through these, to push you to the actual ground so you wouldn't fall back down immediately. It's just a little quality of life thing that obviously came from from hard-won experience over many similar games. And I noticed they do something similar here. When you climb a ladder up to another area, once the screen changes, you're already up that ladder. And don't have to go through that again. Little thing, but I appreciate it. There's a lot of thought put into that. Wait. Of course the save point was into the other direction. Oh.
This place is another dream, penitent one.
I would hope so.
They believe me a saint worthy of devotions, and the only thing I granted to their prayers was the saltpeter that runs through the stark land and rises through our bodies. The punishment of the miracle for the false idol is to grant them false holiness. Do not try to obtain my name, for it is also covered in salt. Bring me anything that can be blessed, so you might crush this fate of mine and let me cross to the other side of this false dream. Behold the linen cloth that soaks the sweat of fevers, of thoughts, of dreamt sins. A tool that obtains secret and forbidden confessions, even from those who already departed to the other side of the dream. In the name of the High Wills, I bless this relic. Watch over it, for it is now pure and sacred.
Shroud of Dreamt Sins. Grab relics to change your perception of the world. Each relic possesses different unique effects, and you can equip up to 3 of them at the same time.
Bring me anything that... Bring me...
Okay, so even mundane little items can become very useful. Yellowish fabric, witness to febrile confessions. It still quivers in the face of tortured souls, allowing one to listen to those who can no longer speak. Those here to listen to those who can no longer speak. Right, let's go.
The miracle is taking us away, one after the other. Could we avoid this fate that is imposed on us from the High Wills? The miracle is...
Why did I never go here? Anyway, we still haven't saved. Nope. Blacksmith Brandon Hodges forged some of Custodia's most beautiful weapons, wielded by the Anointed Legion themselves. Destiny wanted it to be one of his weapons that killed him. Who could have foreseen that? Ah. What a complete bellend. We need a projectile. You look unhealthy. Look, I'm all for getting a little exercise, but you shouldn't overdo it with the splits. Excuse me. Shit. Ah. Last bit of healing. Perpetuous protection with no available offerings. Okay. Ribbon of crimson cloth, carefully rolled and still scented with ancient oils. Members of the Anointed Legion wrap their bodies in these soft ribbons, anointed with protective oils, which contrast with their otherwise heavy armor. Determination of its former wearer offers protection against lightning attacks. Okay, quite situational, but okay. And get rid of this one. Get that one. Astros, you say? Spoke the soldier. That madman could not bear the death of his sister. He's still talking to her as if she were beside him. Sometimes it even seems as if they were arguing. He's long gone and hasn't been seen since. Oh, yeah, that soldier who was behind us.
Penitent one, we traverse strange roads under the same firmament, with nigh other trade, nigh other name. My name is Redento, barefoot pilgrim of the Order of the Genuflectors. Prithee taketh nigh affront in my not looking at thy visage, for we at each moment lean forth, so as not to divert our eyes from the path. Such is our old precept. We are before Hondo, a great buried bell, erected upside down so that its ringing would make the earth tremble and reach distant lands. Now Hondo resoundeth in a deep triune moan that travelleth in echoes through its broad spiraling circles. My feet wish to cross to the other side of this ancient valley, to move on to the next destination. Oh, my sins! Who could help me? I halt here to look for a crossing to the other side, so as to continue my penance in wandering. Ah, don't let it be a disturbance to thee, penitent and guilt, for my feet will find their long-awaited walking. Penitent one, may thy trade silence neither thy spirit nor thy frame. Penitent one.
Okay, so this is a gigantic bell upside down. Okay. Wait, you don't hit it? You son of a bitch. His hatred for people was as Scapula of Carlos the Executioner. His hatred for people was as great as his love for animals. When he was ordered to execute a dog that had bitten a bishop, Carlos refused for the first and last time. Well, I can sympathize. Oh, this is gonna be... Did that just deactivate the cell? Oh, what a stupid thing to die to. Shame. Thought that I could maybe use this, make an area of effect attack on my own. Combat feels really good. It's not quite as hectic as, say, Dead Cells. But it feels very deliberate. This knotted item there might just be something we can't interact with yet. Come on. the speedrunners are gonna do this without killing the old lady. Ah, shit. I forgot about the resurrection of the enemies. Had to try it. The place is a little dour, what's with the lack of background music, but also works really well with the auditory theme of the stage. Shit. Ah. Careful now. That's a cool mechanic. So lo, the Lord has put a big red button in front of us. Do we dare press it? Of course we do. So disappointed. I was hoping for a level-wide cataclysm or something. Oh well. Penitent one having a bit of a Monday moment here. God, fuck these You're next. If at the end of this all we're just gonna assemble the ultimate sinner or something, or ultimate saint. Known for his gambling skills, many believe that John von Gammaminde's fate was guided by the High Wills. The day his luck ran out, so did his life. Nobody to blame but myself. Okay. It's not the same place I dropped earlier, is it? Okay, they're not as tough as one would expect. Oh, but there's gonna be a lot of them in this area. Are they just gonna knock me off the balls? Nope, not yet. Okay. Wherever a bell rings in Custodia, it sounds owes its existence of linguist. The thought I never saw his bizarre magnum opus called Yondo completed. Yeah, this probably took a few decades to build, if not centuries. Just about. gonna suck. So, are we stranded here, or will it come back? It comes back. Ideally, I'll kill the creature. On my way down. Oh, good enough. Exemplares excommunicationis. Oh. Wait, no. Let's get our 8 areas. Still 5 chains. Oh, my mistake. Hateful little bastards. Sons of bitches. An empty bile vessel. Already. Again. I mean, it's gonna be expensive, but... This room looks like pain. And this room looks like exactly what we need. Thank you. It's delayed, probably for my own good. Thank you. Yeah, no, nothing bad is gonna come from this. Ah. Come on. Yes. Oh, hold on. Might be. Yeah. Darkness of my friend. Okay, this should work. He said with such confidence. lot of rosary rope. Look at us. Rope not made from the threads of habits of monks deceased in ancient times. So of course we don't get it immediately. We have to find someone to extend a rosary. Ingracia was her name, and rosaries were her game? Okay, Gracia was her name. Her rosaries were the prettiest of all Custodia. The most prestigious priests and bishops frequented her workshop, and even our very holiness Escribá commissioned her. As such was her mastery, that a rosary crafted by old Ingracia was unparalleled in beauty, delicacy, and perfection. Word spread that a rosary that was not made by her would not receive divine blessing. Oh dear. And prayers would not be heard, and besides, that would be a sin. This caused all the others to become banned by the Holy Mother Church, and the so-called false rosaries were thought and burned. Someone who kept a deceitful rosary would be severely punished, sometimes even accused of heresy. Then we all began to wonder what would become of her rosaries when Ingracia was no longer with us. Yeah, no shit. I would say this is how cults get started, but we're way past that. Shit. I was just about to reach a way back, wasn't I? Yes, indeed. Whatever will the Halo fanboys do when Bungie no longer makes Halo games. Oh wait, never mind. Actually, I don't have much dislike for Halo in particular. I've never played one. They're pretty good. And obviously influential. But you know, certain fandoms can just become a major pain in the butt. Okay, how best to play this? Yeah, how about just like this, without losing all my health vials to these idiots? Okay, now gotta tread very carefully. Projectile weapon would be super sweet right about now. Nope, not yet. Not until I've opened a shortcut. Oh. This should help the old fella, huh? Game. The cruelty of it all. So would it be easier to just track back to the entrance now? Yeah, probably. Son of a bitch.
Oh, thou art the answer to my prayers. The Order thanketh thee for thine aid. It is of little use for me to remain here. Go with the Father, O penitent one.
Toe from the statue of the first barefoot pilgrim. The fourth toe bore a memory of his partner, so as not to forget better times. Reduces dodging cooldown. Okay. Okay, now I know better than to trust this wicked contraption. There's sparks everywhere. I wonder if one of these things that change our perception of the world will help with that. Okay, gonna roll it back. And free baby! a save point? Or maybe more bullshit. Oh. Game. No, no. Why? Lost control there for... Okay, weird bug. Also, Wicked stun lock. Damn. I hate these fuckers. Okay, our body has moved on. No. Patience is a virtue, Penitent One. Patience my ass. Jump has a really nice sense of momentum, in the sense that you slow down a little bit and can make better decisions that way. Okay. What's that? Can ring my bell. Can ring my bell. Shit. How do I... Huh. Okay. Oh. Just forgot my guilt. Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow. Isn't that our people? Actually, let's go back, because chances are, if this is... Maybe this is a more compact area that has a teleporter. Or, you know... this. You don't spend the points, it's just the general strength of it. Use A to use ranged attack. Go. Okay, so ranged attack. Gotta go with the ranged attack, even though I really wanted the standard combo. Oh, it uses magic. Okay. See? You would think that this portal would be closer to the biggest bell on the map, but okay. Do you want to give some out of the rosary rope? Yes, please. Maximum rosary bead slots have been increased. Okay, so we have the one that strengthens our defenses, and the one that gives us magic from destroying candles and the legs. This one helps with poison, but it's situational. Prayers, Mother. Okay, so I'm guessing we get a little health back when we use magic. Protection against lightning attacks, also very situational. Uses the dodging cooldown again. A mechanic that I don't want to get used to. Then we find something better, we swap it out, and suddenly my timing is all fucked up. So, sure, let's go with this one for now. Nothing happens. Okay. Oh, hi.
Bitter moments reunite us again, penitent one. An unsurmountable wall seemeth to interpose itself between our feet and our holy destinations. Will there ever be a blessing that save us from this sorrow?
You mean a key? Oh. Oh shit, this place is not friendly. Nope, 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 nope. I'm so done here. I can get the guild back without heading back in there. May have to consult with a statue. Oh, come on, guys. Don't place it down there. It's just low. Shit. Again, I do have very little to lose, and it's harsh, but doable, I guess. Oh, this one's devious. No! Why would you? God damn it. My finger slipped. This is fine. This is fine. What's over here? Oh. A statue that absorbs of our guild. Actually, I'm gonna make use of that so I don't have to fetch my guild in some awkward place. Never mind. Fuck this. Thought it would be free. had a brain fart about keeping Y pressed. No, this isn't a Mario game. I should probably close the session soon because I'm getting very hungry and a little tired, and I've been at it for over 3 hours and the cat is meowing now. Oh, that's perfect. Please tell me I didn't do this for a reliquary. Meta tells us of Ricusio, the traveler. Almost no details of his background are known, but those who crossed his path claimed later that Ricusio carried a small, strange, luminous plate that emitted a faint voice. Oh.
I'm not worthy of thine infinite compassion. Blessed are those of us who find it. I will pray for thee and thank the Master for his holy encounter. Now my feet are marching towards holy prohibitions. How can a simple pilgrim advance through such fortification?
With my help, I assume.
O Fraternal Father, O Master of Pilgrims, how arduous are your upcoming trials?
Look, Fraternal Father is an oxymoron, first of all. Anyway. Oh. On the beginning of the game. Oh well, it's all nice and well. But yeah, I should quit while I have the dexterity. Okay, so low spoon rules still apply. I'm not sure I'm gonna do a stream on the weekend, and if so, when. I'll post on Twitter and Mastodon when I do. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Yeah, this game is really good. Yes, Kitty, I'm about to quit. This game is really good. A lot of fun with it, and I absolutely want to play more of this. Yeah. Until then, yeah, goodbye.